What's one thing in your company that's a necessity, but is always the go-to for most executives and leaders to get rid of when the budgets need to be cut? That's right, it's marketing. Marketing is a necessity in any business that wants to be successful, that is. So in this video, we're going to review 5 necessary steps that you need to take to create a winning marketing strategy. So let's go ahead and get started. Although marketing can be seen as an expense, it actually is extremely important to have as part of your overall business strategy. It is really the driver of the success that your business will have, and how great your marketing plan is, or I should say how well planned out your marketing is really what's going to be the determining factor to seeing if you're going to be successful or not, or even gauging how successful you're going to be. So yes, it's that important. Marketing is also very helpful in understanding your business, clarifying your goals, and most importantly, keeping all team members aligned and focused on their particular objectives, which ultimately tie up to the overall business objectives. Understanding your marketing plan really is priority number 1, and that's beyond the 5 steps that we're going to talk about. And that boils down to understanding your goals, clarifying who your ideal customers are, and tying everything back to your business goals. In fact, I have a course that I talk about all of those and walk you through the step-by-step process of creating each of those components so that you are set up to have a compelling, high-performing, revenue-driven marketing strategy. And I'll include the link below in the description. So if you want to check that out, it'll be there for you to do so. Things that are included in your marketing plan are to have well-defined marketing goals, and going beyond just having a list of the goals, but being very specific and having SMART goals so that they're specific, they're measurable, they're actionable, they're relevant, and they're timely. So developing a marketing goal would be something like this. Instead of saying, I'm going to increase my overall website traffic in 2021, it would be, I'm increasing my website traffic by 15% by the end of Q4 2021. And by the way, Vicki's the one who's going to be responsible for achieving that goal. Assigning an accountability person goes a long way and is going to make sure that you have somebody that you can check statuses with and find out their strategies and understanding what they're doing to make sure that that goal is achieved by the end of the year. Another thing that you need to do is to identify your customer avatar. I mentioned this in all my videos, but again, if you don't know who you're marketing to, where they spend time, or what triggers them to take action, you're really wasting all of your marketing dollars. The third thing is to have a high-level marketing strategy in place so that you know overall as a marketing team, marketing leader, where your place is in the organization, and so that you can keep on track and on time with everything on your team and all the goals that are assigned as well. Another thing that's included in your marketing strategy is your market analysis and understanding what's going on, how you are different than everybody else, and why ideal customers should choose you. Another thing is identifying your KPIs, and then ultimately it's about establishing a budget, because if you've got money that you're going to be spending on marketing, whether it's resources or investing in ads on Facebook, then it's important to understand what you're working with so you can measure against it and make sure you're staying on track and achieving those goals. Okay, let's get to those 5 steps, the 5 necessary steps that you need to have in a marketing plan. The first thing is to have your goals identified. You'll have the business goals, but you're also going to have the marketing goals. So what's your team's goals? What's your purpose? What are you trying to achieve? Those are the things that you want to actually have documented someplace. Have buy-in from everyone that it affects, from your C-suite to your team members, and make sure that everyone's on the same page with expectations, who it is, what they're responsible for, and timeframes associated with them. The last thing anybody needs is to just have floating goals around you and to not have anyone accountable for it come year end and nothing's been done. That's the worst. The second necessary step in your marketing plan is identifying the competition, understanding who your top 2 to 3 competitors are and what differentiates you from those 2 competitors. Why is this important? It's not to be a me too, but to be a this is me. And giving your ideal customers, they have choices, but really you want them to choose you, and you just have to give them a reason why. And if you're not going to give them that reason, then they're going to define that on their own. And if you can help guide that path to why they should choose you and who you are, it's going to be better for everyone in this entire situation. Included in that is doing a SWOT analysis, which is a strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. That can help you identify internally your strengths and weaknesses, and then externally the opportunities and threats, which are really strengths and weaknesses just outside your organization. I review those in my online marketing clarity course as well, which again, I will link below in the description. The third thing is identifying your ideal customer avatar or your persona. I include that in my marketing course as well, but what you'll want to do is identify different criteria so that you can group like-minded people together. If you don't have any defined right now, then I suggest starting with just one persona. But if you already have one identified, then you can use that same practice if it's working for you and replicate that into another segment of your business. If you're not sure where to begin, I always recommend starting with the data. Your data is going to give you a lot of information about what's working in your company and what's not. It's a great place to start. I've created a podcast episode and a video on personas that includes templates and interview questions. So if you're going to reach out to your ideal customers or who you think might be your ideal customers, it's a guide that you can use to help the conversation flow and really understand at the end of that conversation what data you need to have to better understand if, yes, they are an ideal customer, or, nah, they're not going to be a good fit for my company. So I will include those links below in the description so that you can access those and use those as a guide. It also includes a one-page template so that you can high-level document who your ideal persona is and even give them a name. The fourth thing you need to include is your marketing goals. And we talked about the business goals before. This is specific to your marketing team. And what is your purpose as a marketing team? What are you trying to achieve? What are you trying to accomplish? And making sure that those goals tie back to the business goals, but really be specific on those as well. So just like I said with the business goals, you want to make sure that they're SMART goals. You'll want to make sure that your marketing goals are SMART as well. What are you trying to accomplish? Who's going to be responsible for it? And even why are you doing it? And because marketing has a budget, you're going to make sure how much is it going to cost. With those pieces included in the marketing goals portion of your marketing plan, it's going to go a very long way, which is going to help you stay on target for the goals that you want to achieve and make you look like a star at the end of the year. And that brings me to number 5, which is really defining your marketing budget. You could just randomly pick a number out of the air, out of the sky, out of your computer. Type in some numbers, random numbers, there's your marketing budget. But really, how effective is that? What's that going to help you achieve? It could be blue skying it, meaning that you're just saying, I want $1 million. I want $1 million for your marketing budget. Or you could put some thought and strategy behind it based on sales that you've got and whatever practice you have in your organization for identifying how much your marketing budget actually should be. So the practice is that you should look at your sales numbers, and to determine your marketing budget, take 8 to 10% of those sales or the revenue generated, and that should be the amount that you should spend on your marketing. So hopefully that'll help you with identifying a more accurate, target-driven marketing budget than just picking a number out of a random bucket or picking a number out of the sky. Hopefully this video has been really helpful in understanding the steps that you need to take in order to create a compelling, results-driven, successful marketing strategy this year and even beyond, including all the components that you need to actually set yourself up for success as well. I've mentioned a lot of different resources. Each of those will be linked below in the description. So if any of those were of interest to you, you will have access to those below. If you want to start with your business goals, your SMART goals, that link will be below as well. I also included a link to my marketing clarity course in the description. So if you're interested in having help and step-by-step instructions with short videos, and the same in audio, so if you prefer audio, or text, I include all three of those formats. So whatever your learning preference is, it is included. And I walk by step in how to establish your goals and how to do a SWOT analysis and a competitive analysis. Plus, I also give you all the resources. So that link is below in the description as well. If you liked this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so you know when new videos are uploaded every week. As always, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. And until next time, make today great.